Hey, I'm Phil Ho. We're into rigging installment number 4. During the past little time, I've taken the structure up that Jason and I built last week or 2 days ago. We've done a little rigging on it. We're going to talk about motors today. But first, I want to foremost say, yes, we're doing a good job. We are separating from everybody. Keep doing that. We have to keep doing that. I'm doing this segments because I need to keep my mental health active. And this is the way I'm staying active, and I'm staying active with you. So if you need a hand or need to talk to somebody, please call me or email me. Do what you need to do to make sure that during this social distancing and social isolation, you are not alone. We're all doing this together. We're going to continue to do this together, and we will overcome this together. Rigging chain motors requires a few things. I'm just going to talk about motors today, but it deals with hardware, which we'll go over. Hardware goes from small to big to bigger, and even bigger. Wire rope, soft slings, or chain sling, or crane slings. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into rigging a motor, but today just going to talk about the motor and what it takes to get a motor going. For me, and the most important thing that you need to remember about motors is that they run when you push a button. They stop when you let go of the button. They will keep going until they reach a limit, or they break something, or they hurt somebody. So please, please, please pay attention to what you're doing when you're running a motor. Okay, so when you're running a motor, or motors run, typically they run on 3-phase power, which we've tied into some kind of house power with a house tie-in. They look different locations you go. Motors run 3-phase 208. Be sure that you know that you're getting 3-phase 208. It means you're getting about 120 volts per leg, per hot leg to ground. I had somebody hook me up to 480, burned up a distro, burned up a bunch of motors. They didn't pay attention. They didn't use the meter first to check everything. So we always try and meter everything. If we're working for EG Power, or we're working for Cat Power, or working for Generators Unlimited, they probably pre-check their generators before anybody's plugged everything in. But if you don't know, check the voltage. Don't burn yourself out. Okay, so we've got our power. We've checked our power. Our power source today is going to be a 480, 240 volt, 50 amp connector that's tied into the house power with cam tails. The 50 amp connector going from the house power to a distro. This distro is a Motion Labs 8-way. It can run 8 motors at the same time. It has breakers in it. It has phase control in it, so the motors are always going the correct direction. And then we're going from the distro with a motor cable, distro to the motor with a motor cable. The motor cables that I use are double Hubble. There's one power connection, one control connection. Great, so we've checked our voltage. We're moving on with this. We want to pick the motor up and out of the box. We've come down here. We're connecting directly into our distro here with our cable, with our 50 amp connector. We're making sure it's snug and tight. We're making sure that the green light is on the Motion Labs box, because it'll tell you the motors will be running the correct direction. We're going from the distro to the motor. We want to plug in a motor cable, so ours is double Hubble. Like I said, one is control, one is power. We plugged it in. We've thrown the breaker to make sure that the power is running to the motor. We've come over to the motor. We've connected it. For me, I probably disconnected the power because I'm going to float the motor. Here we are. We've run a control cable from the distro to the motor. We've only supplied power to the motor. We still have control to the motor. A lot of motor boxes, you can take the chain bag, hook it to the outside, let the chain fall into the bag. As it goes up, we don't have to get our hands dirty. We're hooking in a pickle, which is a hand controller. allows us to run the motor up and down. We're checking to make sure the motor is going up. That means the chain's going into the bag. We're checking to make sure it goes down. Means the chain motor is going, the chain's going out of the bag. If it's going the wrong direction, we come back over to the distro. There's a phase control button. We make sure the phase light is green. We make sure the motor is going up when it's going up, down when it's going down. To complete the process, we want to pay attention here. We want to make sure we don't have any binding of the chain, especially when we get to the end here. It wants to be straight running into the motor, and that way we get any kind of binding going into the chain guide. And here we go. It's lifting straight out of the box. Going up. Chain's already going into the bag. We're looking pretty good here. So we've floated our first chain motor, and that's kind of the lesson for the day. We go to the reverse of the lesson, which is putting the chain motor back into the box. On my boxes and state drinking boxes, we'll probably do this once again with a hand controller. We're running it down. Running it straight into the box, leaving the chain bag on the outside. And then bang, we're running the chain right back into the box, front of the box or the back of the box, depending which way you want to do it. Runs right in, we run it all the way to the end. We make sure that when we're running chain motors out, we run them all the way back out to the limit, and then we bump it back the other direction. Okay, so we had quick lessons here in motors. Like I said, most motors pick up from 500 to 4,000 pounds. We pay attention to what we're doing. We pay attention when they're running out. I don't like seeing people talk on their phones, talking to their buddy, not paying attention when they're running a motor one direction or other. Next time we talk about this, we're going to get 2 motors going in sequence. We'll show how the distro can run 2 motors in sequence. And then possibly we get into a couple other components of rigging, which will be truss, and then rigging hardware again. Once again, if you have any questions for me, it's philpo701@gmail.com. If you know my email, or you're my Facebook friend, or you know my phone number, you're always welcome to call me. So please call me, and be safe out there. Thank you.